Hello and welcome to In Focus. My name is Jim Blaskowitz, and on this week's episode of Inside BU, we take you through the history of Upper Campus, from its humble beginnings to where it is today. Check it out. In the 1960s, Bloomsburg State College was growing. There was a need for more space than what the lower campus had to offer to the growing institution, so the university started to look for more land. On top of the hill above campus stood Bloomsburg Country Club. At this time, the country club was closing and moving to another location. So in 1962, 47 acres were purchased by the university to expand and meet the needs of its growing enrollment. But it became apparent that there was really no need to duplicate the facilities, and the plans for a junior college fell through. It was then decided that the upper campus would be used for athletic facilities because they had always been moved due to the constant construction on main campus. The first thing to be built on Upper Campus was the Nelson Fieldhouse. However, the first sport to be played on Upper Campus was field hockey in 1962. There were some delays on construction, but by 1970, construction began on the Nelson Fieldhouse, and it would tower over the previous Centennial Gymnasium by Before the Nelson Fieldhouse was officially opened, disaster struck in the town of Bloomsburg when Hurricane Agnes caused the Great Flood of 1972. The flood destroyed the homes of many citizens, so the university offered some land to set up trailers so that the people affected by the flood could have a place to stay. In the fall of 1972, the Nelson Fieldhouse was officially opened and the first basketball game was held there. The building was dedicated in 1973 and was named after Elma H. Nelson, who was a 1911 graduate who had also been involved in the physical education department as well as being the president of the Alumni Association. Once the fieldhouse was officially open, the next plan was to build a football stadium on Upper Campus. Work began to construct the stadium in 1973. The plans were drawn up for a 5,000-seat stadium, and it was completed in 1974. Also, in the spring of 1974, the university built a baseball field next to the football stadium. The baseball field was named after 1938 graduate Danny Litweiler, who went on to play Major League Baseball for a number of teams. Besides baseball, Danny Litweiler was also a coach and an inventor. He invented the speed gun to measure how fast pitches were thrown, and also developed a substance used for drying out dirt on the baseball diamond before passing away at the age of 95 in 2011. The football stadium was named after Robert B. Redmond, who came to the university in 1947 and was the football coach for 5 years. In that time, he posted a record of 38 wins and 4 losses, with 2 undefeated seasons. With the construction of the fieldhouse and the athletic fields, those structures stood as the main ones on Upper Campus for years. More recently, the land has been further developed and now it offers a home to almost all the athletic programs offered by the university, and also it offers housing to students. The Montgomery Place Apartments opened on Upper Campus in 1989, along with the Monty's dining facility. More housing was opened on Upper Campus with the construction of the Mount Olympus Apartments in 2001, and then again in 2007 with the opening of the Jessica Kozlov Apartments.
In documenting the history of athletics at the university, there's both the physical facilities that the students used, the stadiums, the ball fields, as well as artifacts that go along with that. So I have here in the University Archives, I have records of the facilities, blueprints of the buildings, and also some artifacts. And several of these are closely related to the individuals who the athletic facilities on the Upper Campus are named after. This is the championship football trophy that Robert Medman's final team won here. 1951 was the first year of the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. It's been around with some since 1921, but there were unofficial championships. But in 1951, we won with an undefeated record, won the first title, and this is the trophy that the school was awarded. This is a baseball from the 1938 season, and it was signed by coach, Elman H. Nelson, who, in addition to being head of the physical education department, was also the baseball coach. And it was signed by senior Danny Litweiler as he was finishing his education here at the Bloomsburg State Teachers College. This was after having defeated the University of Pennsylvania 10-9. And speaking of Danny Litweiler, this is a Louisville Slugger bat that has his autograph on it. It has been used. There was pine tar on the bat, so this could be one of the ones that he used possibly his final season in 1951 with the Cincinnati Reds. And finally, this basketball is from the district championship team, 1973-1974. This one, not only does it represent the actual team here and not as much an individual, but also this was won while the basketball team played in the Nelson Fieldhouse. They had played for many years in Centennial Gym, and the 1972-73 year was the first one in which they actually competed in Nelson Fieldhouse.
So what once stood as a country club has transformed into one of the most active places on campus. Upper Campus stands today as a place that offers so much to Bloomsburg University students, and it also has the best view in the entire town of Bloomsburg.